Thank you for such a warm welcome.
There's so many more of you than we expected.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jenna. And I have here $20. Who would like this $20 bill? Oh, I see a few hands. What is this? I should see everyone's hands up. It's $20.
There we go.
So who would still like this $20 bill?
Yeah?
Yeah? Who would like this crumpled, probably dirty $20 bill? Yeah? Everyone still? So, doesn't matter how many times someone is crumpled up, stepped on, it does not change their value.
So what Jenna and myself are going to be talking about today is something you might have thought about, or maybe you know someone who has, and in the worst case scenario, you might know someone who has died from it. We're going to be talking about suicide. Now, did anyone get a little uncomfortable when I said that? I know I used to feel really uncomfortable with that word. It's a daunting, loaded word that is surrounded by all of the stigma.
Yeah. So there's a statement that's commonly used when someone dies of suicide. It's successfully committing suicide. Now, there is just something so wrong about that. First of all, it starts off with successful. Successful is a good thing. Suicide is an absolute tragedy. And people commit crimes. They commit murder and fraud. Suicide is not a crime. It hasn't been since the 70s in this country. People die of cancer and they die of overdose. People die of suicide.
So because of that stigma surrounding it, so many people are afraid to talk about it simply because it's scary. It's a scary word and is a scary thing to think about, but it affects such a wide group of people of varying ages. But today we're going to be talking about how it affects youth.
Mm-hmm. So for every suicide, there's about 100 attempts. And there's a suicide about every 40 seconds around the world. Think of all the people that are trying to take their own lives. And about 80% of people have been touched and affected by depression and suicidal thoughts at least once in their life. More people die every year than the lives lost in war, motor vehicle accidents, and homicide combined. And the number one fact about suicide, the most important fact, is that it is 100% preventable, which is something to be excited about.
That fact that Jenna just put out there is something that has really provoked us to really take a strive towards being able to prevent suicide in our own communities. Something that really started us with this was a program called GRASP that me and Jenna ended up being the youngest people taking it when we were in grade 9. It stands for Growth, Resilience, Acceptance, Suicide Awareness, and Preparation and Planning. This is a program put on by the Crisis Society where they go into different high schools and talk about the warning signals for suicide, and also give you the skills to be able to talk about it and eventually be able to confront someone about it. The most amazing thing about this program is that it is a really self-aware program. You come out of that learning so much about yourself, but what we really loved about that program is the comfortable, genuine atmosphere that it creates, and that's what really kind of inspired us to create that kind of atmosphere in our own school, which kind of made us create our own group at our school called Empathy NDSS.
Yeah. So we took GRASP in grade 9, youngest ones there, and then we found out that it was coming back to our school in grade 10, so we convinced all of our friends to take it, and it was really, and we felt so much unity, respect, and safe, comfortable place that we wanted to keep it going. We wanted to spread it throughout the entire school, and that's where Empathy NDSS started. We don't really consider it a club, it's what we call a movement. Through that we've specialized our own shirts for Pink Shirt Day. We have peer counseling because we know how hard it is for younger kids to talk to adults. It can be a little easier to relate to someone their own age. And we have a program coming up called Reality Check. And we're just taking a group of students and we're just forcing them all together in a room. And we really want to create unity, understanding, and acceptance between them and between the whole student body.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. But to kind of get to the title of our talk, which is The Price of Kindness, is something that we learned during GRASP was a term called active listening and becoming aware of the people around you and the different kinds of signals that people who are feeling suicidal throw out at you. We learned a term called breadcrumbs, which is hints that people throw out at you when they're feeling suicidal, and often they're small things. You're not really meant to pick up on them, but it's these people asking for help. And so this program really helped us to become aware of these. And some of them can be things like withdrawal, so taking themselves away from activities that they used to love. Purposefulness, which is, saying things like, what's the point? These are just small things that might be thrown out where people are really needing help, though, and it's so much bigger. And these skills really led to asking that one big, scary question to someone that you might be close to is, have you ever thought about suicide?
Mm-hmm. So I had a friend, well, I have a friend, and we've always been really close, and they one day told me that about a week ago, they tried to kill themselves. I was absolutely shocked and devastated, and honestly, I felt guilty that I didn't realize. Looking back, they did throw out some breadcrumbs, and I feel very upset that I didn't pick up on this. I'm really happy to say that they're still around, and they're doing really good. And we realize how important it is to have check-ins with each other, and how important it is for everyone to realize to have check-ins with their friends and their family.
So I know it seems a little bit short, but we're going to be signing off kind of with a challenge for you guys, because we've kind of given you guys that, being aware and being kind is some of the most important things, because it's really the small things that count. So our challenge for you guys is to go out and do those little random acts of kindness and just be aware of the people around you. Look for those breadcrumbs, because it's those that count. They want help. They're reaching out to you. And I know it's a big task, because sometimes it's up to you to pick up on them. But being aware and being kind is so important, because you could be saving a life.
And the most important thing to remember is that the price of kindness is free.
Thank you.